I have a leg. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, I got nothing on my screen. At least I know the video works. This is all new to me, and I don't know where everything is. So, how do I do this? Anybody out there? I can't see nothing. No. It just doesn't pick up the right coder. It says it's not picking up server. And it doesn't even pick up the volume. Okay. So it can't pick up anything. Failed to connect. Cannot access a specific channel or stream key. Please double check your stream key. If not, problems with connecting the server. Oh, someone can hear me. Wow, they told me I had to go through all this other stuff and I couldn't do it. And then now I just can go live, which I couldn't do a week ago. That's okay. I made it. Anybody else here? You can hear me. Is it really low or is it clear? I love the fact that I'm live. Woohoo! Okay, I'm gonna put hello. Does that work? I have my iPad just so in case somebody wants to figure this out. Okay, so like I said, this is all new to me. I'm not sure. It says I'm live. There's one person here. They say they can hear me. It's all clear. Excellent, excellent. All righty. This has been a journey and a half. Let's see. Do I need to sit over here? Yeah. Okay. My name is Brenda Power. No longer Brenda Bates. I was happy-go-lucky, learning, growing, healing, doing everything I possibly can to be listening to my soul. I even was very scared, what was it, back in 2003 when the Spirit says, hey, you need to start teaching class. And I'm like, what? I don't even know what I would even teach about. And Mrs. Worm said, you need to trust. And what I've learned is that when you have the quantum field, it's the unknown, and that's why most people won't step into it. But I did, and I'm stepping into it. And I thought, okay, I trust. And the next thing you know, I have this beautiful woman pulling into my driveway. And she says she's looking for rocks. And I'm like, oh. And then I says, well, we don't have the rocks you're looking for. And then I hear Spirit, give her I had a packet made up, a personal packet of information about me. So I gave it to her. And the next thing you know, we become this great friends. And then she became my student. She brought some friends. It's like, wow, I didn't have friends. I was a stay-at-home mom. So then I went out and started teaching and trying to find my bearings. Prior to that, 8 months, I was going down to Detroit to actually learn from some people. So I did. I learned. And I applied it, and I listened to Spirit. And the more that you take active positioning, the more you get into it. And it's like, whoa, and it just starts to flow. And then you watch synchronicity, and you really, really get into doing what you need to do. So up to this point, I'm doing really well. Let's see. I had some issues. My business, that building I had, burnt down. Well, that was okay. I saw the next stop open up. I learned all the things that I needed to learn from these particular issues. I thought, okay, sounds good to me. Then Spirit said, as I'm teaching class inside this refurbished, beautiful home, and long story short, I had everybody in class, and then I'm sitting in the middle, or sitting in front of everybody teaching, and the next thing you know, I hear pass switch. And I'm thinking, as I'm reading the room, somebody's got a pass switch. And they're like, no, it's you. Huh? What? Now, this energy of the pass switch showed that it just said, I'm going to go in this direction. And it did. It pointed in one specific direction. So I looked on the globe, and it looked like it was going to California or Hawaii. Had no idea it was going to end up in South Adelaide or South Australia, Adelaide. But it did. And I thought, okay. Now, at this time, I already had friends and clients and stuff like that through the internet. But I still had no idea. And then I did my best to always be thankful for everything that was in my life. I was thrilled. And hello, all of you. And I just was like, okay, what do I do next? And the path switch not only showed me the direction, which would be pretty much unclear, but yet I could feel it. So I started, what do I need to learn? What do I need to do? And you have to close down everything. You have to let go of everything. And you have to take that energy that you built over here, and you have to put it over here, the unknown. Very, very, very scary. Then things started to get to the point where I couldn't handle what was going on in the relationship. What are you supposed to do when you don't feel loved? What are you supposed to do when they don't believe in you and they just kind of are embarrassed by you? What do you do? You know, I loved back. I loved harder. And Spirit said, it's not going to cut it anymore. You need to be more you. And I realized that I do. I need to do self-care. I need to do more for me, which at that point, I thought I was already doing. But I'm here. I'm in South Australia. It's taken me, 2014 I left. It's taken me this long to realize it's time that I can get into the groove of things. I felt like I was supposed to wait until this 2019 because the energies would be up and running and ready to roll. And it's like, whoa, okay. So I've been gathering, putting it out there. And one of my wonderful friends says, hey, you know what? I'm not using this anymore. Here, take this. Oh, I'll help you set up and help you. And so it was great to have feedback. And my wonderful husband has been very helpful and supportive and loving. And yes, I got married again. So as I was looking for my personal power out of that old life, I ended up teaching about empowerment, self-empowerment. And my classes were empowerment through enlightenment. And now I got married to a man whose last name's Power. So now I'm Brenda Power. And I'm like, oh, that is funny. And I'm ready. I'm so ready for this next adventure. And Spirit is always talking to me, working through me, having me do what I need to do. I love it. So I don't know how this format's going to be. I just know that this adventure is going to be new, and I'm ready to dive in, get back into the swing of things. It's like, what can I offer? I have no idea. But there's a lot to offer, and I know that I can do energy readings. If somebody out there wants a reading, you just go ahead and say me, and understand this type of reading. How do I want to clarify it? Is that I read the energies that you have hanging out there. I don't go in and spy. When you have thoughts, you create chemical peptides, and they hang out in the aura. All of your issues are created to a core that extends to your past. Carolyn Mace was very wonderful when she was teaching. She says, your biography is your bibliography, or your, how does that go? Your past explains what's going on in the physical body. That's the biology. So your bibliography creates your biology. And she was right. That's what I was seeing. So she was one of my main teachers when I started out, which was so helpful because it explained the colors, it explained the feelings. And I was feeling all of these things that I wasn't for sure if they were mine. I didn't know where I ended and where other people began. That I will be teaching people, that I'm ready to go back to teaching classes. But I can do that in this format as well. So I'm getting my bearings. I used to do radio and then I used to do videos. So it's like, what do I do with my hands and what do I do? So I'm relearning. So my backdrop, and so over here is Hope, and then that's my medicine woman that says I can help people. So you set it up through a prayer, and it's very important. You see, I have like dragons, crystal balls, and crystals. And up above that, if the camera was higher, you would see other stuff. People always ask me, what is this? Is if you cannot see the bright side, this is if you can't look on the bright side, I will sit with you in the dark. And it's the Mad Hatter. And I think one of my dear friends was going through something, and I sent it to her. And the next thing you know, she got me that as a beautiful Christmas present. And I thought, yeah, that was very touching and very loving. So that there, my chakra medicine thingy, can't remember the name of it, but then there's, get the right finger, then there's Facebook, hashtag Medicine Woman for You. I will be getting my website back up and running. I didn't feel like I needed it. It was just, and now we're back. Readings. The weirdest part is waking up and can feel the paradigm of people. What do I mean by that? Is the paradigms are huge because people don't want to leave them. People don't even know they exist. And it's so interesting to watch because all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're so used to teaching ourselves how to be a martyr because it's the right thing to do. But not in this day and age. If you really want to change the world out there to have peace, you have to find peace within yourself because your inner world creates your outer world. And it's so important to begin inside because when you start to really chunk away at all of those negative thinking and then all of those limited decisions, I can't do this, I can't do that. And you begin to understand that for every thought you think, you create chemical peptides. And you're made of water. So your body changes with the water. And then while you're feeling, you think. So it's a cycle that goes around and around. Once you make it a habit, your physical body, believe it or not, your physical body will then take on the habit. Now your will becomes its will. So the body has the will. Now you don't have willpower. What does that mean? Well, let's say you didn't want to have that cookie or that piece of cake. And you're like, yeah, consciously, yeah, I can do it. Don't need it. Mm-mm. Then the body goes, what's she doing? Why is she grabbing that glass of water? We really want that cookie. Huh. The next thing you know, your feeling starts creating emotions and thoughts. And you're like, oh, God, I really want that cookie. And what that is your body's talking to you. And then you have thoughts, I can always start my diet tomorrow. It's such a cool thing to understand on a deep level, what and who are you? To get your willpower back from your body, which is also my subconscious mind and yours, you have one too, you have to really get into using tools and healing and decide that you're done with having and behaving a certain way and that you really want to move forward. The hardest part is breaking that addiction, but that's where healing tools come in. Now, we're going to be doing this further down the road, which will be, I don't know, once a week, twice a week, who knows. I know that I want to do them. I will be offering readings for a certain price. I will be having during certain events, I will have, if you share so many times, then you get your name and I haven't decided what to put it in, but so how many times you share, as many times I'll pull out, you put your name in and then I'll pull out a name, and then that's the person that gets a free reading at the end of the show. So then I can give you a free reading. Now, to start off, I may end up, if people have paid, I'll just jump right in. And I think they call it a moderator. I don't know. She's right there. Hey, Lenny. But she's going to help me to, what are you going to, keep it all together? keep me on, make sure I don't miss anything. That'd be good. Anyways, I love being married to the man I have in my life. A shout out to Alan. I love that man. You don't realize the depth of love until you actually feel it. One of the things that I didn't have in my life that he gave me was that he admired me. He saw my worth, which told me that my inner world really was starting to shine. He was not even giving me a line. He was honest and clear and pure. And I am just thrilled by all this because to find love is to find out, are you willing to? And this is where the programs come in. This is where you have to understand that these are blocks. One of the things I used to do on my radio show was people would call up and, why? Why is this happening to me? And it would be something bad, or it could be something trivial. But there is a pattern. We have meridians that run up and down and around in our body. And each of those meridians are connected to an organ, which is connected to emotions. And those emotions create chemical peptides. And then that helps you to think and feel. Like liver, everybody knows that liver is about anger. But the gallbladder is about being galled. And there's so much more of the words. So what does that mean? It means that once you start to define what certain emotions are and where they're located in the body and understand the dance that happens with the emotions, with life, then it makes more sense. So if anybody out there would like to have a free reading right now, all you have to do is type in the chat box. And you can have a cold reading where I just start to pick up the energy you have in your field. Or if you would like to want to know why something's happening, say, this is happening in my life, can you tell me why? And I'll tell you the projection that's happening with you. So one of the things I do is that not only do I listen to Spirit, and Spirit does all of the teachings, I also use pendulum. And I have my book that I've created with many of the information that I need. So it's not that hard because Spirit has trained me really into this. So that's interesting. I can feel a lot of mauve color, and I don't come up with color right away, but I do feel mauve. Mauve. That's how you say it. What's this? Oh my God, a plant got me. I was watering out there, and one of the palms poked it, and it just gushed out with blood. And I thought, really? So that was interesting. I'd love to be able to do a reading. Okay, so how do I get the information? It's not just from my guides, but it's also from your energy field. It's from your guides. It is the loved ones that have passed. Your soul basically steps up and says, hey, I have this issue. Could you tell me, help me be more clear on it? And again, I don't mind giving information, but use the healing tools so that you can, don't get stuck. And what do I mean by that? By the age of 30, it is, in a scientific field, it is, you are programmed. Nothing really new is going to happen to you. You are a program. If you're not doing something new every day, then you're just a program. So basically, how you did your past is how you're going to do your future. So it's so easy to say, hey, that's what you're going to do, because you're a program. All these things need to be changed and can be changed only if you want change to happen. Nobody's going to force you to do that. Somebody wants to step up, but they got a little bit of awkwardness happening. And a confusion. Self-conscious. Yeah. Giving information is very important, but the lens that you listen and you see me with will depend on if you feel like it's a hot seat, like, oh my God, she's saying too many personal things. Or, why is she being so critical of me? That's what's called a hot seat. And I'm not. Once you begin to wake up into your spiritual mindset, which is different than your ego mindset, you will actually hear it as feedback. You'll actually hear it as, oh, wait a minute. That's a piece of juice of information. Oh my God, yeah, I want to heal that. And then once you begin to use the tools, which then your mind's racing, the emotions are strong, and you use a tool, then what happens as you begin to use the tool, the thoughts calm down. And you can put them on the scale, there's 10 minutes. Oh my God! The emotions start to go down, and you literally can feel sane again. Your world starts to make sense. That is, one of them. Now, I don't know if it's hard to see. Oh, there's a lot more people here. Oh, well, that's smart. I'm learning. Push the little button down. Oh, thank you for Rihanna for that's what's called Dreamcatcher. I cannot remember the name of it. Oh, hi, Char. Oh, wow. Yes, Lenny, did you say you wanted one? Oh, wow, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm learning. Steps. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, now I'm getting somewhere. Wondered where all the comments were, because they're not scrolling. I thought they scrolled. Well, very good. Okay, so who in the world said yes? Lenny, have you been paying attention? Hello. This is really good. Okay. This is all new for me, that's for sure. Okay. If you I've not seen like shit. Okay. Let's try this again. I can't seem to figure out who said they wanted a reading, so oh, yes. Oh, well. So the first person that would like to have a reading. Now, anything specific, or you just want me to pick up the energy in your field? You let me know. I don't know how much of a delay, because when I do talk, I like to have certain feedback. Okay. So, wow. A lot of blue. And the first thing that shoots at me is that mother, whether you have to be a mother figure or the blue energy that comes in is one of the things that's in our life colors. And blue is that you have to be this mother. You have to be very loving and warm. So that is what they're saying first. You feel like there's an arrested development, which means that you weren't able to feel like you've developed something, and so you feel arrested by it. And so there is this awkwardness. You've learned to have to be indifferent to certain feelings that are your own when it comes to what? life changes. I heard the word hardball. Somebody just stepped forward. Who is it? It feels like a male figure, but somebody just stepped forward. They said that they're sorry, but they did a lot of shaming in their communicating, in their talking, in their way of behavior, or the way they acted in the mannerisms. Shaming was just something that was very much a part of, who they were supposed to be. And that's important, who they were supposed to be. So that shaming caused you to be self-conscious. Oh, God, everybody's looking at me, judging me. At any point, if you need me to define something, let me know. But your self-talk of self-loathing, they say you do it sometimes in a very gentle manner to correct yourself. And that is to help keep you in the indifference mode. So that's a very interesting, very interesting. So let me think here. See, your behavior is when you feel self-conscious, to be able to do the next step that you want to do, you can't, because you got a program that makes you say, oh, I got to self-loathe. I have to jump through all these hoops. I got to not feel. That's where the indifference comes in. And I hope you understand what I'm talking about. And you have to really understand these meanings of these words. Indifference is you just have no concern anymore. You just don't put it in, wait, I don't need that. And there's a part of you that do, but you have learned to shut that off and say, I don't have to have that. I don't need that. So you've had in your past, whoever this person is, they're telling you that they're sorry, but they demoralized you. There was a certain, but you just kept sloughing it off. Oh, that's just them. They're very sorry. They're very strong. I'm not sure why they're behind me, but they're right there. Please give me some feedback so you understand. Oh. Hi, Dare. Oh, how are you? Oh, cutie pie. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to ask your daughter. She's watching the certain actions that's happening in that particular arena that they're doing. She's fully aware of your behavior when it comes to feeling awkward. She's like, why are you doing that? There's only, how many do bother? There are 3 that bother her. She doesn't want to share you. I don't know if you know if you've had increased psychic abilities or not, but during your pregnancy, I think it has. But she doesn't want to share you. And she gets confused because sometimes she will see energies off people that look like they're from the other side, and she don't like those either. So she's actually can see more of people's energies, their actions. She don't like them, but instead of looking at that person, she'll see the energy and think it's them. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm terrible with names, but Ravonda. Yeah, well, if you're going to have a baby at the end of the year. See, this is very tricky Because I see many variables above our heads and their choices. Really? It says it's not sure if you want one on a certain level. Consciously, you've been praying for it. So why would you unconsciously not be ready? Your Arrested Development on being a mother, on being yourself. Why is that? Did you feel like maybe you're a bit too defensive? I hope that makes sense to you. So it's in the mannerisms. Can you handle the stress? Can you handle what's going on? And so, again, consciously, you can be happy, but your body is like going, oh, but I was so stressed taking care of. So there's a part of you that so what age are you acting out in when it comes to that? There's a part of you that has an 8-year-old self experience of being around people that are babies, that you're remembering a particular, what do you call it, memory. Let's see. Wish this thing scrolled by itself. Let's see what the true story is about this, because I know you want me to give a yes and no, but there's a conflict that's going on, if that makes sense. A conflict. And the thing is I hear that, again, the yes and no is 50-50, and the part that I listen to happens to be the one that won't let your dreams come true. Oh, it doesn't want to separate. Now, you got many cards. This deck is Heal Yourself. Okay. There's a party that has to learn to have help from above, listen to your dreams, and if you don't know how to interpret them, then down the road I'm going to be offering them again how to do dream interpretations. It's not that expensive. We'll be doing them live and whatever else. But again, there's help from above. Please listen to your dreams, because in the dreams, there's a party that's going to learn what mask you put on yourself that stops you from really being you. It's like the mask that they're referring to is a mask of anxiety and a mask of awkwardness, which kind of stops you from, or I should say, stop the energy that's supposed to be coming your way. Okay, so you pray for something comes, but if there's any anxiety, if there's any awkwardness, you can actually displace what you're asking for. And when it does show up, and if it shows up and you don't quite have a picture of it, you're going to end up getting confused, may not see it. But then you may end up saying, oh, it can only look one way. And then you disregard it again. So they're saying that these energies will actually stop you from seeing it. They're saying have faith, because you do this a lot. It cycles. So again, help from above. Ask them to help you with the anxiety and the awkwardness, or you can go get a free healing tool. EFT works for getting rid of anxiety and things. Pay attention to your dreams, because they're going to help you to find out what it is you need to do next. Please take off the mask, and the mask are anxiety and awkwardness. There may be a few more, but those two stand out. EFT those out, emotional freedom technique. Have that faith that it's going to get results, because when you have anxiety, it stops the future. the cycles. You're used to this particular pattern that keeps popping up when you say you want something and it seems to stop. Okay. Okay. Very good. Thank you for the feedback. Again, I wish it would scroll. I really wish it would. So if you want to know more about it, I have some free healing tools on YouTube. Eventually, I'm going to end up having my website back up and all that. So the question is, if you didn't have the anxiety and the awkwardness, you wouldn't stop your dreams? Yes, you would be. You have so much uncertainty that sits on the physical side of life, but you also really you wear it as a badge. Some mother figure, grandma, somebody, I don't know. She said she wears it as a badge. I watch her do this. I don't know what that means. My being proud of it. So that means, and now they're saying, do you speak woundology? Do you let people know that you have these issues? If you do, be aware that that energy gets reserted again and again into the future, if that makes sense. All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Okay, so now let's see if I can even read here. So now we have I gotta find this person. Cora? Ooh. Okay, do you have, good, she's here. Is there twins in the family? Or some type of twin? Or you look like somebody? First thing that shot at me was twins. And it showed me the duplicate face of yours. So I don't know what that means yet. And any particular reading, anything you want to understand why something has happened, I'm really good at that. Why is, this happening to me? Why did that happen? There's a big deal of distrusting, trusting yourself. Which one? Now, do you have panic attacks? Doggone thing, it does not move. Here we go again. Oh, okay, well, she says my niece just lost her twin. Okay. So, let me just was it young? I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like a dog with it. But then it looks like something in a dress, so I don't know what that is. A lot of pink color, a lot of frills. What, ruffles? I'm just going to ask, does she have anything? Oh. Somebody has a fear of being alone, extreme fear of being alone. And that tug has caused great discomfort. I don't like to say certain things, but it was like we don't really learn to let go of the loved one. It can keep them stuck. They're, again, wonderful tools, especially hope therapy, that can help a person really move forward. Okay, so that's the dog. I don't understand the dresses. Did the dog wear dresses? So, okay, so you have the twin, the dog. I'm getting a headache. That means the energy is clouding the person. Are you taking on responsibility that you think you have to take on? Because I feel that you can achieve great things, but you're not going to be able to because it's called bats in the belfry. Come on, camera. You can achieve great things. And this is the shapeshifter deck. Well, I don't understand the girl. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, are you being held back? Are you holding yourself back because you feel like you have to do these things for people? Okay, but are you going above and beyond those three? That's my curiosity. Because you can achieve great things, and I can understand being a busy mom. I can understand that. You have managed to actively show through the choices you have made that it's possible to do other things, to do what others once insisted you could not do. So you've been achieving. Get out of the way, I can do this. You have clearly shown that the miracle that is your life is a result of a decision you made to no longer be limited by fear and conditioning. You have been so very brave. The choices before you now are expansive. Don't become too lightheaded. Consult yourself. Heed the advice of others who have broken free and are flying high. This does not make your advice right for you, but in a rote and formalic way, it makes you an example of authenticity. So you're learning like catalog of life. Well, how did other people do it? Oh, that's not for me. Oh, that piece is. Oh, no. Yeah, that piece is. And you begin to learn more about who you are. I really was hoping, maybe they're just here to say hi. Except for that, like I said, the one message is that they're not letting go. The people that are alive are not letting go. And it's important to let go to some degree, just a little bit, so that they can move past, if that makes sense. The dog, just basically hello. I think the frilly dress is to say that he's with her, because they're both on the floor, and I don't know how old the twin is, but they're together, if that makes sense. Very interesting. Now I've got too many people coming in. Hold on, I gotta just tell them to wait. Fear of being alone. Okay. Same person. The fear of being alone. I really feel like I haven't read Cora, but I did give information, but I'd like to give something to her. So what they're saying is there's an interaction with the environment, and there's a particular habit. Is it physical? To everything? No. Food? There's something called repulsion and compatibility. What does that mean? It means and what does that mean? It means You know what a magnet does, right? It pulls in, repels. When you are at 100% compatibility, you have this ability to function healthy in every part of your life, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. When there is an incompatible, which can come down to zero, then it goes into the negative of repulsion. When that happens, like you could be eating something and all of a sudden you get extreme gas. It's not just gas, it's the body's energy repelling. You may get that with certain foods. You may get that with certain relationships. And I feel that you have this with your home. You love your home, but there's something about the dynamics of the home that makes it so you repel. There is a healing for that, but I don't have that up. That's personally has to be done one-on-one. You can do it over the internet, however that works. It changes the vibration inside of you. You do really, people, oh my God. Who? A particular man? God, he is or she is. Okay. So certain people really affect you. Who are they? Lofty people. Makes you go into habit of a wanting to, no, not leave, not avoid. What does it want you to do? They say you know your habit. It's like you have to put up with it. And that makes it so that you don't, what do you call it? You don't have you. Remember, whatever you tolerate is you're treating these people how to treat you. And if you're putting up with shit, then that's, hey, it's okay. I get to treat you like shit because you accepted it. That makes sense. Hi, Robin. Okay, so anybody else? Gotta wait for I'll listen to my moderator, my person that works with me. Well, here's see, when you're asking, like I'm gonna say it wrong. DIVYA, not sure how to say it. When am I going to get admissions? And when you want something, I'm going to tell you right now, when you really want something and it's in a hoping state, I'm all for hope. Oops, see? No, there, see, hope. I'm all about giving hope. That was the name of my business. But when you're in the hoping and the wanting, it actually is a dead stop. Because you already know in your heart, I'm not. You really have got to be open to receiving. Because when you're hoping, you're putting all of these restrictions around it. And really stops the ability for something to come in. Do you have the compatibility? You're in the repulsed state. Okay. What does that mean? Same for you. I just like explained to the last person. Oh. The repulsion state. Okay. What? You had to give up being lighthearted and listen to everybody else? And that's why you really, really want it, because this is something you want. That's what I'm gathering. Now, why isn't that working? Come on. Oh, thank you very much, Cora. All right. Is it Diva? Please laugh away. I'm never good at... the word, scrutinized. I don't know exactly. That I think it's coming to you. Let's go back to that compulsion and that compatibility and repulsion. One of the things that begins to occur is, I want to cry. Everything you want always seem to slip away from you. If this makes sense, let me know so I can keep going down that same track. They are here, right? That is what I gotta learn to ask. So I'm just waiting for the comments, and maybe they're not here. Can't tell if they are or not. Yeah, Robin, if you, hold on, got a new comment. Let's see. Why doesn't it scroll down? All right, we'll stop on that. So Lydia, you're next, right? All right, now I'm okay with going a certain amount of time. Not sure about my helper. This is my first time out. Now, again, sometimes we'll have free readings, and sometimes we'll throw them in a box, and it'll be a giveaway and something that you can win. Otherwise, they'll be setting it up so that you can. There won't be that much to cost to doing a quick read. Lydia. It's funny. All I hear is, "Can you give me the time?" What does that mean? People are asking? If people are asking for your time, do people ask you for their time? And it always seems to be in an awkward, does that mean you can't say no? Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of people that are fear of letting go of something. Lydia, can you say no to people? Do you spread yourself too thin? Or do you think people ask too much of you? Yes or no? Come on, scroll. Can you hear me all right, you guys? Because I was talking to Lydia. And there are three people, two and a half. So there's three people that you are willing to put yourself out there and talk to. So I see these people. One, you're just not going to be interested in because you would never think to be interested in them. You just have to watch the energies on these people, because the reason I said, doggone these comment things. I'm not sure why it's doing that. If you can't take no for an answer, you're going to end up with the wrong person. You have to start finding your value and your worth. If they're telling you, sweet talking you, charming you, and then convince you to do things that you normally don't really want to do, then you're not really living who you really are. So then you're going to make a repeat of a particular situation. So take a look at, do you have a pattern with men that you can't say no to them? This is so different than Blog Talk. Blog Talk, I can chat with you. All right. So be aware. If you can't say no to people, that's something you're going to have to learn to tap out to heal. Use healing tools, because you've got to be able to grow and to be more who you are and comfortable with those around you instead of them directing that relationship, if that makes any sense. So this format is so new for me, as far as is to communicate, the feedback, the lag. Oh, hey, Doug. I haven't seen you in a long time. Okay. Yes. What does that mean? More feedback, people. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. So I see that Diva, what is that person's name? She lost connection. Now, was she before Shauna, or waiting for feedback again? And there's a comment. Makes sense. Good. Again, if you don't know what healing tools are, keep staying with me, down the road. YouTube has it. Maybe my wonderful assistant can find the link. Don't be stuck with these belief systems. Don't be stuck with these emotions. They're not here to control us. It may feel like they are. I mean, geez, oh Pete, we can really believe in them. And we can fall for it, and it can trick us, but those are our lenses. Those are the things that we have to learn to let go of. Thank you, Rana. Okay. Now, so my wonderful friend says, yes, before Sean. Okay, so I want to, got to get that energy connected again. There. All right, so the same kind of question. You can re-listen to some of what I started, but I stopped. When you asked about the admissions, getting into college, the thing is that I really, it just jumped to yes. I really feel that you can go after what you want. That sounds different than what they had said before. What's the difference? When you stand in a particular firm energy of who you are. Now, there's a difference between, what do you call it, confidence, standing up, and then going overboard and being too lofty and think you're better than anybody. But you have to be that way around certain people that are going to be naysayers, because you can be convinced to so you can be easily persuaded, is what they're saying. Is that true? Hey, Steve, how you doing? So, Diva, you're there. I can call you whatever I want. The glasses, I can't see crap. So, easily persuaded. What gets you the most is you're seeing people's gestures. So you must be more of a visual person. You're unclear. Okay. When people have energies around them, they come to you, people need to be responsible for the energy they bring into the room. And the problem with that is sometimes they're very overpowering, or they have an agenda. Without you realizing it, it'll speak before they open their mouth. Their gestures and apparently their gestures will affect you the most because you're a visual person. And they say because that you're a visual person, then that stops you in the process of being who you want to be. So you kind of go back down into yourself just a little, because their energy is like, make space, and you're like, oh. So put your mindset on getting it, doing it. I know you're supposed to pursue your master's. Will it be there? Everything, again, all of the different variables above your head, you have so many that says yes. The back, the one over here on side that says that you want to take the action, but sometimes you'll stop yourself from taking action. Is that true? Come on, move. Thanks, Steve. Is that true? It says that the energy that's around you really affects you. You know, I'm gonna tell you yes, but you're going to have some doubts, and you're going to have some things that you're going to have to face, and you have to not let other people affect your decision, because that's what I'm saying, is that you have this energy that can affect you. How can that affect them saying yes or no? Your inner world creates your outer world. If you're so used to having people say no to you, or deny you, or you get your hopes up too high, and if you get those hopes up too high, then you're going to have all of these little things that's going to stop you. Because, how do I put it? Your emotions and everything will sit there and project out. And that is what's going to be played. It is a guidance system inside of you that says, oh, we have to go here first. We have to do this first. So sometimes you end up blocking your own self. Yeah. Now, it's not even about whom as much as the typical signature of a person. People that come around you that have this lofty nature, that's a signature. And consider the source. Sometimes they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But they really will sound confident. They will really sound that they got it and that they know what they're doing. And somehow that affects you in deciding what you want to do or not do, if that makes sense. But stay in the vibration of knowing that this is what you're going to aim for. Any obstacle, you resolve it. How can you do it when you've given admissions? Well, you have fear, worry, any type of negativity while you're anticipating and waiting, go use a healing tool, EFT, and make those emotions stop, which stops thinking. It changes how you feel and moves you in the next direction. Wanting something is like I said, you won't know until you go after it. And I can't tell you definitely that you're going to get it, only because you have other programs that say other things, which I just explained to you. Okay, we'll have to move on. And you said the next one is Shauna. Is Shauna here? And if you do, and if you have a question, again, it's not even about questions. It's about, why do I have this shitty job? Why did that person cut me off the other day? Why didn't my parents always say mean things to me? Again, I can look back and see why you have this particular life right now. It's not always about the future. Your future will keep repeating whatever it is in the past. If your past is simply about, oh man, this shit always happens to me, guess what? It's going to happen again. Okay, here we go. Do you have any particular question, or do you want... Whoa. Do you have a physical issue? Because something happened at age 5 that changed the energy field in you. And a lot of things equal a lot of things, which is called an engram, which simply means that if, so let's say you got in a car accident. That's not what happened. I hear a fall, but then what happened? All the sights, the sounds, the smell, the people's faces, everything will start equaling the same. And in this case, if I asked, what is this sameness? They're going to say that you feel helpless. It's like you were made to feel helpless. Like, oh, you can't do that. There's, you're too sick, or you can't do that. And so in this part of you, in your mind, you feel like you have to always ask or always do something. Does this make sense? And thank you very much, Devaya. Thank you. Okay. Shauna, does any of this stuff make sense? Because I'm getting more people coming in, and okay, good. Now, do you want anything explained or anything particular? Because again, they're switching. I don't remember what I said to you now because they've switched. Oh, did you have a physical issue? Do you? Something happened to my collarbone or to my chest or my bones or something in this direction. Something happened to you, and it happened around 5 to make you feel as you feel now. Okay, let's see. Did it work? Okay, even though you don't remember anything as a kid, how do you feel physically today? Healthy, strong, anything wrong? Come on, it's not moving. Why does it do that? So right now, you since you don't remember, right now you're healthy. Okay. Well, the physical thing that I felt is that there was a part of you that wanted a particular outcome. And so did you want it? Yes. Okay. And did you get hurt from it? Yes. Physically? Yes. So what did you do? So you have some connective tissue issues. The fascia issue. Okay. If that's the case, then it may not show up as anything unhealthy, because when I ask whether it's healthy, some people say, I have no disease. But no, do you have a shoulder issue? Do you have, do you feel too tight in your chest? If you're not connecting with even feeling like you're helpless, you may not even be aware of that particular emotion. What emotion are you familiar with? That feeling attacked. And making sure you do the right thing. You have somebody else there with you. I feel like you got an attachment. Do you feel like you have to have a certain agenda done? Well, I wish you would remember something of that past, because just got something that slapped me. All right, so I feel like you have other people's energies in your space. They have an agenda, which kind of influences you to think a certain way. It affects your taste buds. So you may be craving something you normally don't, if that makes sense. Why doesn't it ever move? I see Grandma. No, I feel like whatever happened at age 5 left you exposed, and I don't know if that person did die. Who was it? That they're with you. Are they with you in the sense that they're with you and visiting? Did you get an organ transplant? No. There is something that you totally remember. Not consciously, but your body does. I can't express that enough. Strange. Are you male or female? Female? Yes. I'm just going to say it. There is a pregnancy somewhere. That other energy is hanging around. Whether that person is here with you or in you or around you, the point is that it's very much present. I don't know how else to say it, really. So you could be pregnant. I'm not sure what I do not understand this. It's right here. It's not going anywhere. It has an agenda. All right. We're just going to this one. I need more information with it. So just going to ask the spirits, what is it? What's really is it that I'm seeing? Because sometimes signatures of energies, we live in a spiral, not in a linear line. A clear solution. How does that help me? A clear solution. A clear solution. All right, we're going to find out. This is really, it's called the Lantern Fairy. For some reason it's not showing up. Anyway, this is the deck. A way through a life challenge will present itself. Stubborn thinking can be changed. Old patterns are being removed little by little, but you need to trust. Old shielding against certain energies needs to be replaced and reworked, as it is no longer in line with what you wish for. In fact, it may be proven to be a barrier, which is keeping you isolated instead of protected. Trust where the light leads you. Go where you can feel true love, kindness, and freedom. Avoid all that comes from anger, hatred, judgment, blame, and ridicule. That's interesting. So you have that whatever it was that happened to you is right here. Whatever is going on. I usually. Oh, okay. So now it says I'm scared to be pregnant. I don't want to go through this alone. So is it a chance that you are? Yes or no? Because I was hearing all of this. Can't do it alone. I don't want to do it alone, but it didn't really make any sense. But I feel like you've been in a situation before that you didn't want to be in alone to doing something, having to tolerate. Okay, so you don't think so. All right. All right, I'm just going to ask. Is there... All right, so is there a baby present? No. Is there great fear? Yes. So this fear comes down to being a certain age. You don't want... So right now, you don't want to be pregnant or do things alone. You don't want this. And that's being triggered to when you were 5 years old and the first time you said, I don't want to do this. It was in an awkward situation. You didn't want to do it, whatever it was, and you were forced to do it alone. And that could be simply walking to school by yourself. Whatever it is, you got to remember how a 5-year-old thinks, especially if they're asked to do something alone. It can be that simple. Come on. I don't blame you. Hello, Jennifer. But I don't blame you, Sean. I really don't. Okay. So just to clarify, this person that's I answered your question, that one person, Diva, whatever it is. You want a clear yes and no. I can't give that to you. Go find another psychic. I'm not a psychic as much as I'm a reader. And I read your energies of things that are about your past and how you repeat them in the future. That is what I do. So when you ask a simple question, sometimes it can't be answered because I can see your past of how you're going to say, I don't think so. I'm not doing that. Even though consciously you're like, yeah, I can do this. So please be careful. I'm not just your average person that does a reading, but I read your energies. Where are you stuck? Where is it that, oh my God, why is this happening to me? So for Shauna, I don't want to do this again. And again, at 5 years old, something happened to the point where you didn't want to have to do it alone, but you were told that you had to. And it could be as simple as walking to school. Now, as far as the question for Linda, what does that have store for you? Whatever you can dream of. This energy that's on this planet is so beautiful. And it's an awakening of this energy that you learn to be more mindful of who you are, what you are, be paying attention to those emotions, any negative emotions, use healing tools to get rid of them, get them out, so that who you really are will come through. Okay. And the more that you really are comes through, the more that you're going to have to say, oh gosh, I used to stop myself there. Okay. I got to stop doing that. And you have to really change it out. It's going to challenge you. So you have a lot in store for your future. As far as for 2019, if you say you want to lose weight, I'm going to tell you your old pattern is no. Your old pattern is going to come up because you can convince yourself, but you've got to change in here and change your direction. And you got to make yourself a priority that says, I want to do this and this and that. And then you got to invest a certain amount of time each day towards that goal. But if you don't know who you are, you need to start finding what you're not and say, I'm done with that. And then you go into finding who you are, if that makes any sense. So what does it have in store for you? What does it have in store for you? It's everything, because we are more open to the quantum law of attraction. We are more open to the quantum field. The more that you stop putting restrictions on yourself, and just take a deep breath and allow new things to come in and take risk, you're going to be making things that you never thought you could ever do. So you have all the possibilities. Every time you go to sleep and you wake up, you have new possibilities. Every time you go to sleep, you think about what you want. It goes into the dream world. It goes into your energies. And when you get up, there's a part of you that starts to remember what it is you're aiming for. You need to set your GPS to go in that direction. I'm sorry, I am not your average psychic that says that they can predict the future. I don't do that. Jennifer. Growth in her organization is on the right path. You're definitely, your path is changing up. I think there's something about needing a little bit more of an education on something. I don't know what it is, more information about something, so that when you it will pull your organization in the direction you need to go. So if you didn't have that particular piece of information, the organization can only grow so far. I don't know what that new piece of information is, but once you do get it, you're going to have an epiphany, and then all of a sudden new enlightenment will come through about what it is that you want to do and step up and doing it. So, boy, you're so energized. You must really work out, as I feel of this healthy attitude. Okay, good. If you're planning on, I don't know what your organization is, but if you're planning on creating a group, you'd be good at it, because there's something that you have to offer that you can give to other people that they may not have, if that makes sense. All right. So if you good. Oh yeah. Hey, yes. I wasn't sure if that was the right Jennifer, but yes, I've seen you do workouts. You, girl, you inspire me. So that to me is good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Jennifer, are you really going to be, do you feel like you need to do a class or something in this organization? I feel like you're going to be educating people. You're going to be stepping up, doing a different part within this, if that makes sense, because I feel like you've done a lot, but maybe introduce something that they're not aware of. Yeah, I feel that's where I feel like you're heading. I don't know if you're heading that way, but I can feel that energy. Good. And nice to talk to you, dear. There was a question from Rihanna again, just a real quick one. Wants to know if you can get a replacement cat for Aubrey. Yes. Talk about a fuzzy little mate. She's going to associate the old cat with a new cat, so maybe you want to go with the same color. She likes that. But whatever comes along will actually be perfect, because it's about coming in alignment with what it is. So allow yourself to grow, whoever and all, everybody. So I feel like it's about time to close, because I can feel spirit changing direction and says, good job. So I hear some praises. Again, I feel you can ask certain questions, but I'm not one of those psychics that predicts the future. And I notice that my hair, I really can see the energy cords that go to your past and how it blocks you into being this beautiful people that you can be. So be, okay, they're really telling me to wrap it up. They're taking away my thoughts. They'll do that. I have all the people that, whoever's left in the room, your loved ones are waving. If you could see them, they're all like going, hey, I'm on camera. They're funny, but yeah. And even animals. So they're aware of the presence of all of this. So I really appreciate it and look forward to doing this next time. Please share and leave comments, because the next step I go into, I'm not sure. I just know that I'll be coming back on. I'll doing different times because right here it is 11:17 right now p.m. in South Australia. And so I know my moderator needs to go to bed. She's a young mama. So thank you very much for all of your help, all of your love, and thank you so much for that support from the first time that I've gotten to be able to get back into back into this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And Lenore, is there anything you want to say? And you did. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Yes. Okay, hold on. Shauna, I wonder if you meant emotionally abuse about my weight. Just 1 second. Yeah, there is. And this is why you want to live through others. Not sure what that's about. If I can remember that one particular part of you. Did you? Oh. Yeah, there's something there. I still feel it strong. There's a lot of grief that sits there as well. And it could, and they're saying yes to that question that you said. I'd say go find healing tools. I have a ton of healing tools on YouTube. You have to look under, I think it's Medicine Woman Healing Tools, because I got to reorganize everything, get my website back up, and begin this new adventure. I love you all. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Yes.